Signed up.
I think we're ready.
Okay. We call Village of Milan Board of Trustees Workshop, Wednesday, November the 12th, 2014, to order at 5:35.
Haven't changed it.
Roll call, Mrs. Pamela,
Present.
Mrs. Diane,
Present.
Mr. Daigus,
Present.
Mr. Gonzalez is absent. Discussion of proposed agenda items for upcoming regular meeting and review of various topics by the governing body.
Okay, actually, believe it or not, we don't have anything
Good. That's not
yet, but we will. Bruce just sent all the the documents from NGL, all the separate parcels. It's going to P&Z board. And I think from there, doesn't it come here? But I don't have it yet, so until I have it, I'm not putting it, but it might be. We have that for them to, they already have it on the agenda. I really don't, I can't, I had wanted to, that means I could talk about this, but, and I'm gonna get you one for the meeting so that you know, but just so that you know what to look at, the percent remaining, this tells you if it's a revenue, the budget report, the account summary, the revenues, if there's only 55% remaining, we're doing pretty darn good. Okay, and then if you go to the 101 fund of the expenditures, it's a grand total, it's not by fund. It is, but then it totals out, and that tells you, like, we only have 55% of our revenues to collect, which is good, because we're only in 75% of the year. And in expenses for the general fund, we still have 71%, I would say. And that's what I watch all year long, and I say you can't spend more than your revenues. Okay, in the correction fund, well, that's not revenues, that's just, we pay for the prisoners. In the, these are all the small funds that we don't have. In the street fund, our revenues lack 63%, and our expenditures lack 70%. So, actually 68%, so we're ahead of that, okay, we're ahead of that too, and that's always what I look at.
Good.
So that
Good.
gives you a chance to see where we are.
Is that broken down like each department?
It has
I mean,
departments,
that's,
but,
that's like the complete
yeah.
breakdown of
well,
everything.
this is the totals, but if you want it by department, they're broken down on this report. It tells you police, this is general fund, there's police, maintenance, recreation, they're all broken down, and the grand total is here. So
Yeah.
you'll always see that.
I'm glad you're doing that, because then that explains exactly
And then
where we are after the first quarter.
and the 506 revenues, we lack 66%, so we're ahead on that. And our expenditures, we still have 75%, so we're ahead of that. In other words, we're collecting more. We're right on with the 506s, actually. And that's because we have to do repairs on the
Right.
wells. I don't usually even let it go that far.
Yeah, so that shows us what's occurred in the first quarter.
This tells, all these expenditures are on the first quarter, but it doesn't tell you who, it just tells you the activity,
Okay.
okay?
Good.
If you wanna know the other, it's gonna be this big.
No, I think that this will be good.
This is enough.
And I'll give you a
Just gives
current
it to
one
us
for the
anyway.
meeting, okay?
Okay, great.
But I just wanted to explain what it meant. The ladies left this afternoon and they're hoping to be here on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, the 24th or the 25th for the exit.
Gee.
That's if we can get everything between that and what's lacking to them tomorrow. We have two findings, and we knew we were gonna have that, the assets, because you can't
Yeah.
do them if nobody's here to do them. And I told him what happened with that is Vicky started, she left, and then Thad didn't know where she was, so we had like 3 duplicate entries, which is good, we didn't have less, you know. But we have a long way to go, they want us to tag everything, and I've already told Mike. He knows he's coming in running. And, we're gonna have that, and I think she said the journal entries, the adjusting, I look at them and I see the reconcilements every month, but they want a sheet, like, you know that second sheet you sign when you pay bills, kinda like a PO? In the front of that reconcilement saying that we reviewed them. Cause I do sign off on the reconcilement, and that's gonna be a finding because they wanna see that. And I told her, okay, that's already done, I told Esther to do that. She said we're really not in bad shape. That's considering we didn't get any work papers from last year. And he didn't send them to them either. That's why we've been running, she's having to rebuild, cause that previous auditor did not. He didn't
He
even
was
send them
late
to them.
anyway, so.
And she asked me about that, and I told her, the first year we were late, and that wasn't our fault, the auditor was taking it on the last day, and he didn't go to the audit rule training, and he reported something just a little different. They rejected it, and he corrected it and did it right away, but it was late because of that. And last year, I told her I have all the emails, all the calls, my text, we couldn't get him to come.
Who's he?
JJ Grego.
That's what I thought.
And he didn't give them the work papers either. So I told her, you're not late.
Yes.
It should be fixed. So they still have a lot to do, but they've had to rebuild everything, where instead of getting the last year's work papers, you know, they've worked real hard, these ladies. So
It's too bad.
I don't think we have anything else right now. That doesn't mean they still haven't up to 72 hours that we're putting up. Okay. I thought I would tell you, I think we agreed last year, we're not doing turkeys this year.
We're not
not.
doing.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
You have to get the department heads buying, and last year, some did and some didn't, but
Yeah.
everybody came running, and that put a burden on some of the others. And I'm not doing it. I'm not. They did, I gave them their boot allowance, and we do the shirts. And for Christmas, and not even for Christmas, I was at a training where they said I could do like a safety award, and I did budget enough to do that. It's not a bonus, and it's not a huge amount, but I think they'll be happier with that. But it has to be, let's say at the end of March, or close to the year end. So it won't even be December, but say the end of March. And we can, if they did the safety thing right, they're safety awards, they're not bonuses. And I think they'll be happier with that, okay?
Well, the board has been,
We've been,
buying turkeys.
No, we all do.
we all.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah, the
What do you
department
mean
heads and the
department heads?
board,
Oh.
but not all the department
Oh,
heads did.
All right.
That's
But
what-
yet
I
they
understand that.
came in for all their crew. Well,
Yeah.
if you do it for your department, in other words, if you didn't put in and you have 6 employees, that's 6 turkeys that have to be bought.
Somebody has to pay for them.
I know Ben took a hit the year before, and I took one more than once. I'm just not gonna do
I
it.
think
If they can't agree up front, I mean, it's,
No.
you know, I think instead what we'll do, and I'm still gonna do that, and in fact, I think I have a meeting Friday with the lady from Homestead. She wants to know what we do for the holidays. For the kids, I'll work more towards expanding on that. Because all of them like it better for their kids than for themselves. And we always do the cocoa and the cookies and give them something, and we can expand on that. And I think that's more worth it than the turkey. we change our mind, maybe we can do a ham for Christmas or something, but, you know,
Not when somebody has to get stuck with it. I don't think that's fair.
if they're already ordered.
Yeah, I know you have to when you order them.
It'd almost have to be between
Yeah,
us and,
it'd be between
I know, and
us
that's a big,
yeah.
That's a lot of
I
money.
don't know what it costs for the
oh, it was like $600,
600.
so I just decided that was gonna be it.
Yeah.
And we're better off doing the other, at least it comes out the right,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah, we don't
good,
want
yeah.
to, some of them do
I
it and
know.
the rest don't, that's not fair for the
That's not.
employees.
So,
Okay.
I really don't have anything else. Anybody else? Oh, the mural is done. So,
I
we
noticed
need
that.
to have a dedication.
I think that,
When?
yeah, I mean, I think that's the protocol.
Yeah.
The protocol is that it's on City Hall, and I think that it's done with village money, and so therefore it should be a dedication, because it really is a gift to the citizens of the village. And my opinion is that it really looks best in the morning, when you have the light coming in, it just shines. And so if you do a dedication, maybe 11 o'clock, 11 to 12, or whatever's convenient.
When?
When? That's a big question. And the other question is, it's hard to predict the weather,
That's it,
Mhm.
yeah.
you know?
That's right.
And so,
Oh, no, we could come in here, but that's not the point.
yeah.
That's not it.
Or we could be out there for, I mean, if it's really cold, we could be out there, say a few things, and then come on in. And I don't think you have to have anything fancy, have coffee
Coffee and cookies?
and cookies, that's it. You know, you mostly get the artist here, you acknowledge the
Coffee,
artist,
cookies,
and,
punch, we have all this stuff, so we're good with that.
it's,
But you have to tell me when.
well, I think.
And I think we need to probably check with the chamber, well, that's in the morning. The chamber doesn't have anything in the mornings. The breakfasts are on Wednesdays, so as long as we don't do it on a Wednesday, I think we're good.
Check with them, sooner the better. You know, because things are gonna go and fast forward now through the holidays. I mean, it's just going to be.
So
really
we're
fast.
already looking at the first week of December,
Probably first week of December would be good.
like Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
Any one of those days. If you will contact them,
What's best for you all?
Fridays.
Friday, I think would be
Friday
better.
would be
Friday, December 5th.
Mhm.
That would be good. At what time? 11
Is
o'clock?
that good?
That's fine.
Mhm.
Fantastic. I will contact
And I'll call the chamber and ask them.
Ernest and his family and
Okay.
give them a heads up about
All
the
right.
dedication.
Let me see if I have anything else here. I don't know why, but I'm thinking I do know why. I have a meeting tomorrow morning with Mr. Haberger from Bamboo. I don't know why, they just asked to see me, so we give them right now $1,000 a month.
Is that what it is?
And I'm wondering if maybe they're not meeting any of these.
And we've kept it at 1,000 for,
It's
Several
since I've
years.
been here.
yeah, several years.
So I don't know if that's what it's about, and I'll bring it to you, but it may be.
Okay.
I bet that's what it is.
So I thought I would let you know. We have, that's not here though. We will be going to meet with Ruben Fragoso in Albuquerque Wednesday morning, the morning of the 19th, Bruce and Eileen and myself. I don't even know why, it's one of the projects. There's too many of them. But I know that Eileen will be driving us, okay? And Ruben Fragoso has been transferred. But the person that we have is out of Gallup and they're not paying any attention, where Ruben used to always be around. So he still helps Eileen. So we're gonna go meet with him.
Is he the economic development person?
Yeah, they moved him to the, I wanna say she said the tribal liaison. And there's a lady in Gallup that took our area over and they've heard from her once. So, I'm not sure, it's one of the projects, that's all I know. And really, we don't have a whole lot scheduled, so.
What's going on with the street out here again?
They had to seal it.
Oh,
The highway department said it was a good project, but they were afraid of the winter and they wanted it sealed. Well, they didn't say that in the beginning. And now it's too cold, so it doesn't stay together as much. So when we had the walkthrough, I told them, well, I'll do it in the spring when we do another project. But they met in their own, and they said they wanted it done to close this out. But they're not paying for it. We had to split it with a contractor. But in order to close the project out, we had to do it. So that's what it is, because they said they didn't want it looking like the asphalt was not together.
yeah.
Do you have an idea what it's gonna run us?
Yes, 3,300. 33 for us and 33 for the contractor.
That's not bad.
I know, but
I
that
know,
should
I
have,
know, but still.
Yeah.
they
it's
approved the
the
project,
idea.
it should not have been an issue.
Yeah,
And I told the engineer that, and he said, well, and he said, it's really reasonable. I said, I don't care how reasonable it is. I pay an engineer, the highway department reviews it, everybody and God approves it, and then they come and say, we want this or we're not gonna close it. You know, I'm tired of that, but we didn't have a choice, so. I think they're just waiting for a walkthrough to open it up. They did it Tuesday. Okay. The legislative forum is on Tuesday, December the 2nd at the county from 11 to 2. That's where we present our top capital outlay projects. And they usually bring all the legislators, George, Clemente, Kenny, I don't know if Lee's ever come, but they do invite him. And sometimes Patty comes, but all of them. I think have you been to one yet?
Yeah.
And they're gonna have it at the county from 11 to 2. The county is gonna,
Oh, it's at the county.
it's at
Okay.
the county, the county's going to buy the lunch, so if you go, we need to thank them that day for that. They asked for volunteers and Mr. Gallagher said he would do it. So it's on that day.
What are our priorities going to be?
Whatever's in ICIP. We didn't change
That's
it.
what I was thinking, that was that one.
Motel, uranium, and maybe Berry Hill or the library, I don't know what order. But it's and usually last year we only gave them one. And I may not give them 3, I may give them 2.
Yeah,
Because you're not gonna get funded for 3. You
right.
try the most important, maybe even broadband, one of them.
Yeah, what happened to
Yeah.
broadband?
It's there, no,
It's
that
still
one,
going. That's
they didn't
gonna
get the
go.
grant.
Then, that's what
But
happened.
we
yeah.
are getting it anyway, you know
Yeah.
that.
We are,
They're at their own cost bringing it to the industrial park.
well,
And
that's good.
from the industrial park to the learning center, and from the learning center to City Hall and to the school.
Okay. And what about, the rest of the village? No?
Right now, that's it.
It's
The
just right-
village still after broadband money,
Yeah,
so that we can partner with maybe Continental Divide, and they get it to the homes.
yeah.
But at least we're getting it this far, and that's more
Well,
of an
it's a
opportunity.
step closer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
step closer.
Had they got the grant, it would have been a whole
That would have
different
been
thing.
the whole community.
Right. But right now, they're bringing it this far, and Continental Divide did put in a grant. So if that comes through and we can get some help, we partner with them and it'll go to the houses.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
Yeah, if we can get it here, then it'll expand. you know?
right, right. That'd be a good thing.
okay. That's all I have. Sorry. I don't even think I'll have a dream and wake up tonight. I just don't think I have it.
And I see they're working on the soccer field today.
They've been.
Like Corley's over there
He's-
leveling it.
He
yeah.
said he'll be done by the weekend and they're
Oh,
gonna
really?
have to bring at least 300 yards. Is that how they sell dirt? At least 300, maybe a little bit more for that corner. And there's a lot of rocks. And Bill ordered the sprinklers, so. And they all know that once that starts, it's not one crew or the other, it's everybody together. So,
To
to get
get it done.
it done, instead of saying it's not my department, that doesn't go anywhere. I've been telling them that.
Okay.
Well, Trustee Diane and I went to the leadership conference last week, which was pretty intense and varied training, everything from codes of conduct for people who address the council. You know, a lot of communities, they provide people with a code of conduct so that they abide by the decorum and address everything properly, and that way meetings don't get out of hand. They talked about ethics. They talked about how they make projections for the economy. And then the other one was, I think, on, there was someone from the Attorney General's office that did a presentation, and
Open meetings?
yeah, well, it wasn't so much open meetings, but it was just a whole lot. I've got my notes and I need to review that.
Good.
And then there was a little bit of talk about procurement codes.
Procurement.
And, but
Been
yeah,
working.
That was the one that they really.
they're working on ours.
We've been. We got it all ready and then Bruce said no.
Oh,
He pulled me one from, I think Gallup.
Uh-huh.
There's no way. Gallup's is this thick.
Yeah.
They have too many different things.
Uh,
We need something geared toward us.
Well,
And we do
I
have
have a
some.
copy of the one we have.
Well, we had already made arrangements to change it
Yeah.
to where it's workable, but Bruce wanted to expand on it, and I
Yeah.
can't, we should at least pass something like this right now. With numbers that the board agrees
Whatever.
with.
Yeah.
And
But-
then if he thinks we need to do something else, we can do that, but I don't want Gallups, and I don't want Albuquerque's, and I don't want Santa Fe.
We need something that's gonna work for you, and
Better
something
be.
that'll work here.
Yeah.
But I think the procurement code that we have says, it's like, goes to $5,000.
No,
No?
I was looking at it today, it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, well,
And that's not even the thing, we pulled it, but that's why I'm sending the girls,
yeah,
because they're learning as what they're gonna look for. And you know what? I've told everybody, don't come in and ask me, because I look at balances, but if you don't have what you need, they're not gonna pay it.
yeah.
Cause they're gonna be certified and it's their responsibility. And don't ask, because if you don't have what you need, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
We need to get to that, and that's all, I check balances,
Yeah.
and I approve them, but they're gonna check everything else, make sure the paperwork's.
Oh, it's something good to learn from them, because it kinda, taught me a little bit more about how things.
It is,
How things
and procurement
function.
changes depending on who's in office, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
The best one was Michael Vineyard, and he even passed away.
Yeah.
They've had two after him.
And then, of course, the pins. Everyone's got a little pin, and they were handing.
Molly?
Yeah, the Molly. They had
Molly did.
all of these.
They always.
There's Fort Sumner, and there's Clovis.
Well, you
there's
should see, I have a
Espanola.
bag in my desk with I don't know how many.
Of ours?
No, of different ones.
So I mean,
We don't have a pin.
we need to have a pin.
Maybe it's time to get
We need to get us a pin, yeah. I mean, we could do the carrot pin. Now we have a mural too. We can put the mural on a pin. I mean, there's all kinds of things we can do for a pin. We don't want the train on the pin, because everybody's pin has a train on it. Like Espanola has a train, Chama has a train.
Well, Chama makes sense, Espanola.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
Let's see, I had something, oh,
Announcements?
when are we gonna get back to working on the P and Z? The changing,
we didn't call a meeting, when are you ready?
we really need to get that, some teeth into a couple of those things.
Do you want me to call one with Bruce this time? Cause we pretty much figured at least to start what we
Right.
wanted.
Right,
Okay, so I'll call Bruce tomorrow and tell him, when are you free? Next month.
yeah,
Not next month, but not next week,
not
you
next
know.
week, no.
And then I'll call you,
Okay,
okay?
okay, sounds good.
Is that it?
That's it.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Unless anybody else.
Announcements, planning and zoning board meeting, Thursday, November the 13th at 5:30. And regular board of trustee meeting Thursday, November the 20th at 5:30. That's it. Adjournment.
Who's there, Dad? Okay. Thought he wasn't coming. Okay. Thank you all. Oh, sorry. So,
Yeah, I know about this right here. In fact, I was over at, Chamber of Commerce, and Tessa was telling me about
You
this.
did adjourn, right?
And,
Did you adjourn already?
Yeah.
and, that building